Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of the Winnipeg Business Podcast, where I bring in Winnipeg's finest businesses to share who they are, what they do, what makes them unique, and what you should look for when dealing with somebody within their industry. So without further ado, let's go. I'm your host, James, and with me today is Pat Jacob. He is the owner of Puro Clean Winnipeg. So without further ado, Mr. Pat.
Hi guys, my name's Pat. I'm the owner of Pure Clean Property Restoration. We work not exclusively in the insurance industry, but we do restoration, both insurance and for property managers. We specialize in non-destructive drying. We do remediation from fires, from mold, and from biohazard work.
All right, so Pat here will be our expert in the property restoration industry. So Pat, if you could just share 5 things that property managers should know regarding your industry prior to hiring a property restoration specialist.
Okay, well, the very first thing is your contractor certified? The industry standard is IICRC, which is the Institute of Inspection, Cleaning, and Restoration Certification. We all complete the same courses to make sure we're certified in both water, fire, mold, and biohazard cleaning. The other thing we really need to concentrate on is, does your contractor offer a warranty? It's very important that whoever is bringing your building back to its previous condition is capable of warranting the fact that it will remain in that condition. Does your restoration contractor complete non-destructive drying? In the old days, when you had a flood in your building, people would come in, cut the drywall 4 feet up the wall pretty much automatically, gut everything and rebuild it. It's a slow process. It takes a long time to bring your building back to what you want it to do. Whereas nowadays we're capable of air injection and all sorts of other different things to not have to tear your entire building apart before we
So
try.
you don't have to chop off the wall anymore?
In clean water events, so water that you could drink if you had to, so water that came from a tap, a plumbing line lets go, because that water is clean, we're capable of drying the vast majority of your building materials without having to destroy them and tear them apart.
Oh, I didn't know you guys can do that. Nice.
It does change if it's a sewage backup, because
obviously.
obviously there's contamination issues to deal with. But with clean water, non-destructive drying is a much faster way to get your building back to the way you need it to be. The next thing we should talk about is, can we do it quick enough to never have mold? In the insurance industry, we're given about 4 days to dry your building out so that there's no possible chance of mold growing as a result of the water intrusion. It takes 7 to 10 days to grow mold under normal circumstances. So the biggest key for us and for the insurance industry is that we get your building dry and sanitized long before there's an issue with mold growing. And another thing I like to also check with your restoration contractor is are they capable of specialized restoration? Particularly in home environments as well as commercial, there's artwork that needs to be dried out without being destroyed. There's very expensive electronics that need to be dried out. So does your restoration contractor have specialized subcontracting trades available to them to get the truly priceless articles in your building dried and fixed and save yourself, sometimes up to tens of thousands of dollars. Oh, yeah. Just to make sure that the things that are important to you and your family are the things that are still in your house when we're done.
Oh, wow. That actually sounds like a really risky process that's specialized.
It can be, but I mean, if you have a painting that's important to you or your family, you really want that painting to be saved.
Oh, yeah.
And there is no real way to get it replaced if it's not salvageable. So those are my 5 things.
All right. Clearly, you're an expert in this industry. If anybody in the audience wanted to contact you, what is the best way for them to do so?
You can reach us through our website, pureclean.ca/Winnipeg, or phone me directly, 204-471-5597. We are in the restoration industry, so we answer our phones 24 hours a day.
And what parts of Manitoba do you cover?
Realistically, we cover within 100 miles of the city of Winnipeg, although there are times when people need work done in the north, and we are able to travel to where the problem is.
Wow, that's some really good coverage. Well, thank you so much, Pat, for coming on to our show today. Do you have any final words for the audience?
No, thanks for having me, and if you have any questions, you have my number.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Thanks, James.
Thanks for watching this week's episode of the Winnipeg Business Podcast. If you know anyone you think would make a perfect guest for the show, please send them to thewinnipegbusinesspodcast.com. Have them fill out the form, and someone from our team will get back to them ASAP. Till next time.